Hey guys, I've gotten some brand new plushies recently throughout the couple of weeks of September, and I'm going to be reviewing some of them. For starters, we're going to review my Professor Layton plush. I'm so happy I finally got a Professor Layton plush. There's a little bit of a backstory. I've been looking for a Professor Layton plush for a long time now, but most of them were sold in Japan, which importing that into the US is a lot of money, and either way the plush is a bit pricey. And there was like 2 listings that was in the US, but they were asking for $46, I think. And I found this guy right here on eBay for basically retail price, like $25. And I got him from Australia, and I paid exactly $25 for him, which is such a steal because it's so hard to find Professor Layton merchandise. And I'm so glad I finally got him. And this plushie right here was actually made by Sine, which is also really cool. A little size comparison of the Professor Layton plush to a All-Star Collection Rosalina plush. So they're about the same height when standing. The way the legs on the plushie is made is kind of similar to the Sine's Waluigi plush. Plushie has some beams in the feet and in the bottom so he can sit upright. The top hat has a thick piece of cardboard or plastic in it to keep its shape. Same goes with the brim of the hat, which it kind of looks a bit sloppy, but I'm not really complaining since I really love this plush. It's honestly one of my favorites in my collection, honestly, now. One minor criticism I have on my Layton plush is that one sleeve right here is extremely small compared to this sleeve right here. It's a factory error, and it kind of bothers me. Overall, I really love this plushie. Plush is really high quality. There is no printing at all on this plushie, as expected from any plushies made by Sine or Little Buddy. In fact, I believe the only printing that they've ever done is like on the Dry Bowser plush, and I think some of these Splatoon plushies. Here is a closer look at the tush tag on the Professor Layton plush. I kind of wish it came with the side tag, but unfortunately it didn't come with the original side tag, which is fine. So here is the Professor Layton plush made by Sine. Now let's review some Makeship plushies. First off, we have totally accurate battle simulators. We have the Mammoth plush, and we have Jarrow. I want to review the Mammoth first, since this was the first one I got. Plushie is honestly really cool, and this is the first jumbo Makeship plush I ever got. It's not really like massive, like it is a big Makeship plushie, but it's about the same size as a fan gamer plush or something that Sanchi would make as well. So like 10 to like 12 inches maybe. Plushie is extremely soft, and there's only 416 made. Tail on the plush uses this soft fur plush material. I really like how all the small details on this plushie is stitched on rather than being printed on. They could have easily done that, but I really like how they didn't do that, since honestly I'm not too big of a fan of printing. But for details like this, it's just really impressive to see not printed on, since most companies like to do that now. Tusks on the Mammoth plush is stitched onto the trunk. The hair on the plush is a separate piece of plush material just stitched onto the plushie. Now let's review the Jarrow plush. Start off with the negative criticism on this plush being the axe. The axe on my plushie is extremely bent and creased, and I kind of wish that they actually made the axe 3D, because I know Makeship can do 3D accessories like their Zardy plush. So I wish they kind of did something like this with the accessory on Jarrow, where it's a 3D piece of plush material. Another tiny criticism I have on the Jarrow plush is some of the details are glued onto the plush. So the mustache, for an example, is glued onto the plushie, and it could easily be ripped off. Same goes with the little belt buckle on the plush. It is glued on as well. Same goes with parts of the beard. It is glued on to the face, which again bothers me because I know Makeship can do better on that. Overall, this plush is extremely soft. Especially the hat that Jarrow is wearing. It is extremely fuzzy and kind of reminds me of the Velociraptor plush that I got from Piece of Bermuda. And same goes with the Gamma plush. It uses the same similar material almost. Here are all of the Totally Accurate Battle Simulator and Totally Accurate Battleground plushes. Here is the front of the plush. Here is the side. Here is the back. And here is the other side. Also forgot to mention with Jarrow, there is only 430 made of this plushie. The next plushie we have is Piggle from the game Wizard 101. I actually really like this plushie. He's really soft and squishy. Tongue sticking out of the plush uses nylon. All the details on the plush is stitched on. The little arms on this plush is a bit understuffed, but it doesn't really bother me as much. Here are the wings on the little plushie, and here is the little tail. There is only 2,066 made. Here is the front of the plush. Here is the side of the plush. Here is the back of the plush. And here's the other side. Next up we have Blue from Everhood. So here is the blue plushie. I really like this plush, but at the same time I don't really like him. It's a great plush, don't get me wrong. He looks game accurate, but I feel like this plush is extremely small compared to an average Makeship plushie. Usually these plushies are $27 plus shipping, and for the height of the plush, it's not really worth that much in my opinion. I feel like 25 or 22 should have been a better price for him, but I can't really complain. I really like this plush as well. There is only 412 made of him. The blue plush looks great with the green mage from the same game called Everhood. I do hope we get other characters from this series as well, like red or pink. I would love to see those two as plushies in the future. The eyes are embroidered to the plushie, and the mustache is a giant plush material, and unlike the Jarrow plush, all of the details on him are stitched on. Here is the front of the plush. Here is the side. Here is the back. And here is the other side. Final plush we have for today is from Human Fall Flat. I believe his name is Bob because I looked up this character's name and apparently it is Bob, but the tag says otherwise. It just says Human Plush. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to call him Bob because I like that name more, so here's Bob. Fun fact about Human Fall Flat, there was actually plushies made of the characters from the game, but they were only sold in Japan. So this is technically the first retail release of Bob from the game Human Fall Flat, but you can only get him for a limited time, so they don't have this plushie anymore on Makeship's website since it's sold out, and there's only 300 made. I am glad though that we finally got a more relatively available plush of the characters from Human Fall Flat, especially considering since most of the merchandise is exclusively in Japan for some reason that I don't really know. Arms on the plush is extremely long for some reason. Well, actually, I kind of take that back. The tab characters have a long arm as well, so yeah. Usually with some Makeship plushies, the arms aren't really that long. I just assume it's just a design choice. I do like how the hat is made. It looks really nice, and it's kind of fused to the plushie as well, which is pretty smart, honestly. Also kind of gives off the illusion that the hat is a separate piece. Also, if you ever decide to take this plushie outside, I recommend not to, because this plush can more than likely easily get stained, since the entire plush is just white, and usually plushies that are white, they easily get stained. So like if you just like put it in dirt or whatever, I don't know why you would, it would probably get stains all over it, so be careful with that. So I still want to point out this plush is extremely soft as well. I don't know why most of these new plushies I've been getting are extremely soft. Anyways, here is the front of the plush. Here is the side of the plush. Here is the back. And here is the other side. And so here are all the brand new Makeship plushies and my brand new Professor Layton plush.